All right. Wow. Welcome back to another video. We're gonna talk playoff basketball. And man, oh man, do we have a game to talk about today? We have the Knicks go into Boston for a second game and get the win. We're gonna talk about that for majority of the video. We have the Denver Nuggets falling to the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll touch on that a little bit. It was mostly a blowout, but we'll talk about it. And yeah, if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have your own opinion, comment them down below. And if you just like the vibes, consider subscribing. So yeah, let's jump into this Boston Knicks game. The underdog sweeps the home team again. The Pacers did it to the Cavs. The Knicks have done it to the Celtics. And man, it has been shocking both times. This time, it was just even more embarrassing. You look at the Cavs in their game too. They weren't fully healthy. They were really dinged up. There were guys in street clothes. The Celtics team, it's a little bit different. You have a lot of guys playing through a lot of injuries, and I have to commend those guys through playing through those injuries and through the sicknesses. In Kristaps Porzingis' case, but man, this is inexcusable. Um, this is inexcusable. As the reigning champions, it's just it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the Celtics to come off a season where you did what a championship team usually does. You cruise through the season. You don't really try to go for the number one seed again. They were sort of locked into um, the number two seed for a majority of the season, behind the Cavaliers in the regular season, and there were there were questions about a lot of guys on the Celtics team. There were questions. The one question there wasn't was Jason Tatum taking the next step, or taking another step. I shouldn't even say the next step because he took a step enough to win the championship last year. Um, it was theorized and it was seen by a lot of people this season in the regular season that Jason had moved up another level. Um, He was a lot more engaged offensively. He was more of a point forward. He was distributing the ball a bit better. He was picking his shots a little bit better. The Celtics team is obviously constructed in the way to make a lot of threes, shoot a lot of threes. And when those aren't going, you sort of have to fall back into what you know. And we'll talk about the end of this game, but for certain people, um, and for the Celtics team, um, I'm very disappointed in certain people in this series. Um, Objectively, not as a Celtics fan, just as a watcher of basketball for almost a decade now. Jalen Brown, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on, buddy? I get you got 20 points in both of these losses, right? You played 40 plus minutes. These percentages are terrible. 8 for 23 in the second game. Um, 7 of 20 from field goal in the first game. Hasn't made more than five threes at all. Has been shooting anywhere between 10 and 28%. You do the math on that to find the medium. I, as a guy who won the Finals MVP last year, listening to a lot of or read and listening and reading to a lot of Celtics fans, Jalen's just not the same guy. He's not the same guy from last year. Just overall, we can actually just really dive into this right now. Um, Let me pull up his stats here from last playoffs to this playoffs. Um, let's see here. So last year in their playoff run, the Celtics, Jalen is a point better, Um, More turnovers this year by a wide by a bit of a wide margin. Um, he's rebounding more. He's passing less. His free throw percentage is actually up from last year's playoff run where he shot 66%. He's shooting 80 right now. His effective field goal is down. His 2 point percentage is down by almost by 11 percentiles. Um, his 3 point shooting's gone down 1%, but not too bad. And he's playing the same amount of minutes. His field goal is down by was that 5%. I didn't notice it. I just thought I've never been the highest on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was never the guy that like I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna help be my number two on a team. And this is I'm gonna say some things about Jason Tatum here in a second as well. Um, it just he never struck me as that guy, and to like not feel a certain type of way about beating this Knicks team, a team that you've had their number all regular season. They won all four matchups against them in the regular season. The Celtics did, and to not win one yet in this playoff series is crazy. Some stats for you. Um, this was I saw this on Instagram. I don't know who it's from, who created it, but um, this is time leading in the series. So over the past two games, how long a team has led for. The Celtics have led, like leading, more points than the Knicks in 81 minutes. 81 minutes of basketball, they've led. The Knicks have only led 12 minutes. Crazy. So when it matters the most, so let me reword this. The Celtics do the biggest front running. They do the biggest front running in the sense of when it's when they're up, it looks good, it feels good. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're playing really good defense. And then when it comes down to crunch, when you really get into it, uh-uh, it's not as pretty. The threes aren't going in. Jason Tatum's doing weird shit. Jaylen Brown's just out there apparently. It's just it's wild, man. It's wild. Um, to give some numbers, give some stats to what I'm talking about here for this game too. Jason Tatum, 13 points, 3 steals, 1 block, 5 assists, 14 rebounds, 5 of 19 from field goal, 1 of 5 from three. Al Horford got the start in place of Kristaps Porzingis. Um, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 block, 3 steals, 4 rebounds. Drew Holiday, 10 points, 5 assists. Not looking great for Drew. He looks okay. I shouldn't say he doesn't look. He just looks okay. He looks like he's. How old is Drew Holiday? He's like 34, 35, perhaps. 34. Yep, 34. Right on the money. 1990. Derek White, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Derek White has actually looked the best out of anybody. Derek White's looked the best. That's crazy to say. Um, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown. Um, 20 points, 6 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 assist, 6 rebounds, 8 of 23 from field goal. Not the best, and they only ran 3 guys off their bench. Um, Luke Cornett, Kristaps Porzingis, and Payton Pritchard. Um, yeah, this was I don't even know. I don't even know how to say it. This is just like one of the most like. I don't hate the Celtics. I don't hate anybody on the Celtics. I don't hate Jason Tatum. I don't hate Jaylen Brown. I just really the way the Celtics fans were like so like untroubled by the obvious problems that this team had going throughout the season. Um, they were tiny problems, but they never really cleaned up the problems. They just won and they stayed at the second seed. And they're like, oh, you look at the playoff bracket. We had to play the Magic. We played very great, very good against the Magic. You even got to rest some guys when you played the Magic. You only lost one game. The Knicks are not the Magic. The Knicks have a lot of guys who've been in big games, who've been in big moments. I said it in my video when I previewed this series was OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges for the Knicks are going to need to play big. We know they can play defense. Um, Obviously, you can see in the picture in front of you, they're playing really good defense. That's the last shot of the game. We'll talk about that. Um, and the Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby have showed up big, and and I'll say this about Mikal and OG, they just don't care. Like they don't care if they score, they don't care if they do anything else. All they know is they need to defend. They need to defend Jason Tatum, who is people have been saying is the face of the league. I never bought that nonsense. That was way too quick for people to say that just because he won one championship and all that. And then Jaylen Brown, who was like highly touted as like one of the best wings in the league, laying an egg this series. Um, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby don't care. Um, they love to play defense. They really go out there. They hit some shots. They didn't. Neither of them had a great game offensively. Um, they didn't really need it though. And the Celtics have been trying to really get um, Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, the center and the point guard for the New York Knicks, in the pick and roll, try to get them in foul trouble, and they've managed to do it somewhat effectively. But um, man, they um, they fought through this. The Knicks have fought through a lot of stuff this season, this series, and to give you some numbers for the Knicks this game, game two. Josh Hart 23 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. Jalen Brunson 17, um, 7 assists. Karl Anthony Towns 21 and 17, a great rebounding game for Cat. OG Anunoby 5 points, 4 steals, 1 block, 5 rebounds. Mikal Bridges 14 points, 3 steals, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. And now we talk about the last possession for the Celtics. And we give our credit to uh, OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges for the Knicks. Um, how do I say this? So, last possession of the game, right? Last possession of the game. Um, the ball is in Jason Tatum's hands. That's who you want to have the ball in their hands, right? He let's see here. Let me pull it up for you. So it's off a Jalen Brunson free throw attempt. He makes both free throws. Um, oh wait, pardon me. Let's roll it back. Let's roll it back. Let's give you some full context. So with 24 seconds remaining, the Celtics take a full timeout. Um, they come out of the timeout. Jason Tatum, they inbounded on the far side of the floor on their own, but near their own bench. Jason Tatum gets it. He drives straight past everybody. Gets a nice dunk. The Celtics lead. Um, Knicks take a timeout. A couple guys into the game. Drew Holiday, after the timeout, they play basketball. Drew Holiday commits the foul. Jalen Brunson, pardon me, goes to the free throw line, makes 2 of 2, and Jason Tatum brings up the ball with they 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 run up the court. They have about maybe 15 seconds left. Jason Tatum fools around a little bit. He's just fooling around. He's fooling around at the top. He's fooling around. He's fooling around. He's fooling around. He's going left. He's going right. Can't get past. Instead of driving right, where Jalen Brunson is, the weakest link on defensively on the Knicks, he drives left. He drives right into OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. And you can see in the picture in front of you, they stopped that right there. They didn't even get a shot up. I don't know what Jason was thinking. I don't know why he dribbled into the Knicks' two best defenders. I don't know why he just didn't put up the shot. He tried to pass out of it. He's like, I gotta pass it. He tried to pass it and it didn't happen. Um, I have lots of questions for Jason Tatum in this, and it's mostly, what were you thinking? Like, I just don't know what he was thinking. I just don't know in the moment, like, and especially, at least I would think that you are taught to just go up with the shot. Just take the shot, right? Take the shot. Make the refs call it. Make the refs call it. You're only down. You're only down 1 point. Make the refs call it. He decided at the last second, I don't want the moment, and passed it. And that's the Celtics scheme. That's been the Celtics scheme all year, is get the 3 pointer. So Jason was passing out to the 3 point line. But man, you pick a bad time to pass it. Just go up with the shot. Go up with it. Man, oh man. I just can't even just watch it for yourself. You want to really watch it, watch the last play of this game too for yourself. It was embarrassing. It really was. I said that at the top and I'll say it again. It was embarrassing. Um Anything else from this game? Boston, not from this game, but for the series, man. Boston has to go into New York and play in Madison Square Garden and win two. They have to win two. Like, just like I said with the Cavs going into um the Pacers going to Indiana, you have to win two. You can't not win two. You only win one. They've proven they can beat you in your own house, so it's not even a home game for you anymore. They're not affected by the fans or by the moment or anything. You just really have to win these next 2 games. These are the most important games of your season. I don't care about the 4 games you play in the regular season when you beat the Knicks. I don't care the last 2 games you played. These are the 2 most important games. Or guess what, Boston? You're not going to the conference finals. You're not going to the NBA finals. You're going home. You're going to Cancun. um, and talk a little bit about the other game. Denver Nuggets versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma City won the game, 149. Put up the most points in the first half of any NBA team in any NBA team in any playoff series in any playoff round. I think it was 87 points and a half. Crazy. Um, they stomped the Nuggets after dropping the first game. Nikola Jokic fouls out in the third quarter, or end of the third, doesn't play all the fourth, basically resting. Um, this game was a blowout. This game was the type of game where everybody on the bench for both teams plays 10 plus minutes. So that's how you know it was a blowout. Nothing to note here. I mean, the um, the Thunder played well. This is the team that is supposed to go to the finals and represent the West, and I don't know if they will. My MVP is still Shea. I think Shea is good. I think Nikola Jokic sort of. I don't like. I don't ever like when players give up on their teams, but in this playoff circumstance, when you're getting blown out in the third and you're not really fighting for anything in this game, it's more about the next game. I'll allow it this one time. And yeah, I think that's it, man. This is gonna be a short one. Um, some wrap up things here at the end to talk about the channel and everything. We have we have some changes coming up here on the channel. The WNBA season is going to start. I'm trying to find the date. Is it the 10th? I don't even know. I have to look at it. Found it. So yeah, we have some changes to the channel a little bit, some more programming. Guess what you call it, right? More program? Yeah, programs. Yeah, that's what you call it. We're gonna get some WNBA talk intermittently between these playoff series, depending on how these playoff series go. Um, Season starts. The primetime games start, I should say, um, on Saturday, May 17th. Las Vegas versus New York, Chicago versus Indiana, and Seattle versus Phoenix. Um, Looks very promising. I'm gonna do a whole video about that. I'm sort of backed up on videos at the moment. I have a couple that I've wanted to make, and these playoffs have been so good. I've wanted to talk about them. Usually, there's a day where I don't record a video. It's usually a day where the games are sort of eh. But these last few days have been really good for NBA basketball. So expect some WNBA talk, some preview, some season preview, some predictions. We'll do a prediction video and everything. I know my WNBA videos do pretty well. Um, we'll do some previews, do some preseason awards. I want to talk about uh, the Spurs' new coach, and Greg Popovich moving into a more senior position. Congratulate him on a long and illustrious, very illustrious NBA career as a coach. Um, Talk about some other things. So you guys will get a video this weekend, depending on what I feel like talking about. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening to this video. For once, we kept it short. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.